So in this video, we're going to explore a little bit more that's available through the Spike app in terms of getting started. So again, we're going to select the Spike Prime when we fire up our software. And we're going to look in this little Start button right here. And right away, we can see there's about 6 units right here from what I'm looking at. We have the light matrix, which is the screen of LEDs on the actual Spike Prime brick itself. Then we have one on the motor. Then we have one on each of the 3 external sensors, the color sensor, the distance sensor, and the force sensor. And then we have one on the gyro sensor, which is internal to the Spike. Now, if you're coming to the Spike from a platform like the the EV3 had a separate gyro sensor that you would plug in, but the Spike has that actually built in. So if I go to this and I just click on the light matrix, it's going to tell me a little bit about the matrix. And then it's going to actually send me into the programming application and have me try to connect to my hub or do these other things in it. So this is really helpful for new users to it. And if you look over here on the left, you can see that it's only got the bricks it's expecting you to use. So later, when you go to find them, you'll have only seen these in context. And then you can go through the steps and it will take you through exactly what it wants you to do, so that by the end of this unit you should be able to make the hub make a smiley face. And you can close that, go back home, and go back to start. So once you're familiar with this light matrix, you can move on to say, okay, well, what if I want to add a motor? And it looks like this example is using specifically the medium motor, but you can do the same thing with a large motor. And you go through and you can go all the way through and it says, okay, let's continue. And as you finish these, it'll check you off. And you can say what you've done, what you haven't done. So then it moves you into the color sensor. It's always going to prompt you to connect your hub. I don't have my hub on and connected yet, so I'm just clicking through. But notice there's only about 2 bricks ever that you're going to see over here. So it's going to make it a lot easier to find what you're trying to do. So if you click through, and this is a really good exercise for your students to go through just so they can get kind of familiar with how all the parts work. So this is good for you as a coach, and it's good for your students that are just wanting to say, okay, how do I use these basic pieces? And so you're only ever going to see maybe about 12 blocks total based on these, 2 in each of the units. And so when it tells you you're all done, you can say if you're a teacher or a student, and you can go on to the units if you're a student, or you can go to the online lesson plans if you're a teacher. And we're going to look at these in a different video, but these are the kind of exploring, getting started modules that are great for both coaches and for students.